So the event is over, and as you can see behind me, the Chief of Staff, the Honorable Fremont-Opare, the First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, walking in to the Speaker's lobby. The President is currently signing the book at the other side of the Chamber of Parliament, and he'll be joining them in the Speaker's lobby in a bit. This is his first sessional address to Parliament, delivered just now by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Behind me, you can see President J.A. Kufuor, who is also turning up into the Speaker's lobby, and a group of people carrying a few chairs in there. The President has just finished delivering the address. What's going to happen now is that he's signing the book as an official visitor to Parliament, and after that he will join them in the Speaker's lobby, where they will have a chit-chat here and there, and after which the President will depart back to his office. The House has already been adjourned by the Speaker, and so when the President departs, the House would have closed, to stand adjourned this afternoon. Tomorrow the House will resume to debate, to commence the debate on the President's sessional address. Now the maze of Parliament the Mays of Parliament is coming. That means Parliament has stood adjourned, and you can see them coming that way, all of them. Mays settling down for the Speaker, His Excellency the President there, getting into the Speaker's lobby with his aide-de-camp, the National Security, Captain Koda, and all the people, quite a number of people getting into the Speaker's lobby there, and photographers outdoing each other for space for the photography. President Rawlings, how are you, sir?
How are you?
I'm very good, sir. How are you doing?
How am I?
Did you miss your days as giving sessional address when you saw President Akufo-Addo do it for the first time?
Oh, I thought it did quite well.
Okay. So we have been joined by the Honorable Minister for Energy, the Honorable Adom-Otchere. So the President talked about the few policy initiatives, the major one about energy, that energy is really a finance problem. We are now getting a picture as to why he appointed you to the position, given your background. Are we getting near solving the problem?
I think that we have clearly defined the problem. We have been able to ascertain the magnitude of the problem. We have laid out the contours of what we need to do. So we are actually putting the security documentation and all the necessary structures together in order to deal with the money issues of the sector.
Do you think we will succeed in a short time?
I look forward that by the mid-year, we should have put the structures in place. We cannot let it fester. So hopefully by mid-year, depending on our success with the IFC and the other major stakeholders, I am shooting for mid-year to put the structures together.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister for Trade and Industry, the Honorable Adom-Otchere, has been here to hear the President's sessional address, and the policy initiatives were mentioned. So how was the address?
It was a very good address. As a State of Nation address, you realize that the President captured where we are now, and more importantly, where we want to be. And I think this is the basis for galvanizing action to move the country forward. So there was clarity of vision, and there was the focus, but also the diversity in terms of what would bring Ghana to prosperity and growth.
People were expecting to hear something about one district, one factory, which you will be the key implementer. Did it come?
Yes, it did. If you recall, the President started by focusing on what I would describe as the productive sectors of the economy. So he talked about agriculture, and then he talked about industry and the linkages between agriculture and industry, particularly in the area of industrial transformation. He made a very significant statement that we are embarking on one of the most comprehensive programs for industrial transformation ever to have been established in this country. And if you look at the components of the program, the stimulus package for businesses to improve their competitiveness, the One District, One Factory initiative, the strategic anchor industries, which would diversify the economic base of our country, the establishment of industrial parks in all the 10 regions, all the kinds of things that he talked about is what will provide the industrial base for both exports and then producing for the domestic market.
Was it good?
Well, I think that generally the President tried to put out what he thought was what he has inherited. But in doing that, I thought he was too partisan. Seeing that we are celebrating Ghana at 60, and the theme that he chose for us is mobilizing towards Ghana's future, I thought that he would have been more conciliatory and he would have tried to bring all sides on board. His verdict on the President Mahama era, I thought was too harsh and too one-sided. It was all about negatives. Apart from the beginning of his address where he acknowledged the President's democratic credentials and the role he played in the transition after the last election, the verdict was just, negative. He spent all the time lamenting. And at a point, he himself said that I was not voted for to complain. Then he goes back into complain mode and then continues to complain and complain and complain till he ended. I thought that he could have been more balanced and he could have been more statesmanly, being his first State of the Nation address, Ghana at 60, talking about mobilizing us. He began well by acknowledging Honorable Bagbe, Haruna Idrisu. I thought he was setting the right tone when he also praised President Mahama for his the role he played, and also condemning the act of lawlessness which his supporters had been carrying out. Because I was really looking out for that. Being a human rights lawyer, everybody knows his human rights credentials in this country. It would really have had been a sore point if he had not begun by condemning the acts of lawlessness, hooliganism, and general indiscipline that has characterized his transition. But having said that, I thought that there were some omissions which I want to highlight. He did not touch on the Bimbela conflict. He spent a lot of time talking about the Gambia. Yeah, that's fine. Good neighborliness is good. But he should have touched on the Bimbela conflict, which has seen scores of Ghanaians lose their life. He didn't touch on sports. He didn't also touch on foreign affairs. As a ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, I was looking out for what would be his foreign policy direction. And I am concerned that having been a foreign minister and living in these very uncertain global times, as we speak, many immigrants are really worried. You have Donald Trump's foreign policy not being certain. It will appear that he's anti-immigration, he's anti-anything which is not white America. We know the fallouts of Brexit. There are demonstrations in world capitals all over at this point in time. And I thought that the president will have moved in to assure Ghanaian nationals in these countries, especially in Europe and America, with this rise of nationalist parties, the right-wing movement, and the uncertainty which has characterized, relations between nations. I expected him to have given a strong foreign policy indication on how he intends to, support the black movement and Ghanaian nationals living, within those nations in these very challenging times. So that was another omission which I thought was unfortunate.
Honorable Attorney General and the Honorable Minister for Communication are standing together. We've interrupted their conversation. How was the speech?
Well, it's more than I expected. It's just exceeded my expectations, because in addition to telling us what the state of the nation actually is, and it is not great, he's still telling us that he will fix it. And that's what he was elected to do, and outline some of the measures that he would take to fix it. We will stamp out corruption. We can't continue, it can't be business as usual. He has taken care of the security services. Job creation is a key priority of his administration, and the budget will outline the measures that are going to be taken. And I just love his concluding remarks about the new Ghana and the conversations we need to have around the things that we all do that we know are wrong, particularly in the three arms of government. So it was frank, it was open, it was decisive, but it was inspirational as well. Because at the end of the day, he has made us know that all hope is not lost. There are things we can do to reform the way our economy is going. But it is quite frightening that about 800 million is owed to our local banks, and they are teetering on the brink of collapse. It reminds me of the pre-1992 days, where we had the Non-Performing Assets Recovery Trust because of the burden of bad debts weighing on the banks. And so the state had to create a special vehicle to take that burden off the banks, to give them space to grow. We're back to those bad days. So after how many years of the Fourth Republic, the economic indices are back where we began. It's not good, but at least the good Lord has given us a chance to move us onto a new trajectory of hope and growth. And I am grateful, excited, thrilled, and humbled that the MPP administration has that enviable task of letting the whole world know that we can fix our country, and we will do so.
Super. The Learned Attorney General is here. And we're hearing some good news from you that we may be winning that case against La Côte d'Ivoire in Itlos, correct?
Well, I don't want to preempt what the tribunal will say. The special chamber has given us by end of September to render its award. I can only say that we believe we have a strong case.
Thank you, Leonard Attorney General. We'll be supporting you.
Thank you very much. Today's been good. I love the boundary. I think the president has missed his MP days. But apart from that, what I take from it is to change the way we do things. I believe there is a culture of lateness, of taking things for granted, of not committing to procedure. And if he's showing the way, and whatever the resources we have, if he shows the way and we do not follow his example, there will still remain waste in the system. I think he's also indicated his seriousness about combating corruption. He has reiterated his commitment to fight corruption. He mentioned the setting up of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, which he says he personally will bring to the House. He also, I think, spoke about asset declaration. For now, the Constitution requires that assets declared must be deposited to the Accountant General, and that is all. He thinks that steps should be taken to make it more meaningful. He wants to take steps to have that enhanced. I think generally he is focused. People were asking for figures, and he was right in saying that this is not a budget statement, but it is intended to give a picture of what the state looks like and what he intends to do to fix it. He says he's committed and that he will fix it because the people voted for him to fix it. We are looking to good days ahead.
Super. Thank you very much, madam.
I was disappointed because I believe that as a leader, you must recognize and acknowledge what is good that you are coming to want to build upon. We have had challenges in this country. The 8 years of the Atamils and John Mahama administration has never been in vain. Now, today you have the opportunity to build forward. I thought that the president should have said that, for example, I am today thinking of delivering free SHS because President Mahama has provided infrastructure. And I'm going to depend on those provisions of infrastructure to deliver SHS. You see, when you speak like that, if you say you are going to do one community, one factory, that community, somebody has constructed road. You must give credit to the road that has been constructed. Some level of energy has been extended to that community. That is why now you can do and build a factory. You must give recognition to these things. Then you are providing a leadership that is giving credit and taking responsibilities. That will move the credit. But to come and do a propaganda of what you used to do in your campaign to run the previous government down completely 100%, I don't think you are being fair to the Ghanaians and in the right direction. We need to build this country up. Look, he is a leader. Tomorrow, his term of office will be over. We have to recognize the good job that he will do in order for this country to move forward. That is where I was disappointed. Just sitting right there listening to him and not give one credit to the previous administration. I think that that was wrong. Look, I respect President Akufo for the things that President Akufo has done in the past. I want to respect him for the things that he has done. He needs to begin to accept that some good has been done, and then he can build upon.